Hi, this is Beth Cooper, and welcome to another Bluebird Chat.
I'm here in Santa Fe, New Mexico with Michele Byrne. And Michelle's in Florida, bragging about how warm it is down there. This interview is Michele lives here in Santa Fe. She lives about 5 miles from me. And
Yes.
your workshop is the very first workshop that I'm going to host this year. It starts April 24th and goes for 4 days, right?
Correct.
And the topic of Michelle's workshop is going to be how to add figures naturally to your scene. And Michelle's work is just astounding. I actually own one of her paintings. And so anyway, Michele, give us a little bit about your workshop process. I know I just took one of your workshops and she said it was excellent and she learned a lot. So can you tell me about, first of all, let's start with the basics. What levels and the mediums that you accept?
Okay. Well, it's pretty much just, like intermediate, or I typically don't teach beginners, but it's people that, kind of know how to paint and they want to add figures or be more impressionistic or use more paint. And, oh yes, the mediums. So typically oil paint, but this last workshop that I taught, there were 3 acrylic painters. There's usually 1 acrylic painter, but this time there was 3. And I always ask them to use like some kind of extender or paint retarder so it dries slower, that they can mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's my classes are really fun. It's not like academic. It's like I like to enjoy myself and I like my students to enjoy themselves, but I do make them work hard. So we start off with we introduce themselves and they tell me where they live and what they want to learn. So then because I teach a lot of different things, so I want to know what they want to learn. And the last one of the ones, we had like live models. So they come in and they're clothed and they move like just every 5 minutes. So you kind of put in the body language and then you went up and realize that if you capture the body language of a person, the painting is much more believable. So we start off with that. And then sometimes, I always bring my own photos that have figures in them. Like this last time, I'm in Florida, so we painted a beach scene, we painted a cafe scene, and then we painted a Paris rainy street scene. So it was just kind of what the people want to. So then I've been teaching for a really long time. So my classes have evolved a lot. So I used to do this step-by-step thing where I do a value study and I do this thing called a thrust map, and it directs your eye for the composition, because my paintings are all about telling a story. Okay. So as soon as there's a person in there, there's something going on that the viewer wants to know what's going on. So I help them design their painting and show them how I design it. And I start off with a little, maybe a 20-minute PowerPoint slide show of how I design it and show different samples and how artists throughout history have designed. We just divided them in thirds and put an X across the canvas. And that helps people design a little bit. So we do that. And then I'll do like the underpainting and they'll do their underpainting. And then I'll do the next couple steps. So we break it down so that they can remember what I did. And
going back to the level, you will take what I would call an advanced beginner, correct? Somebody that can actually has painted a painting before, knows how to use their equipment, understands just the basic concepts of oil or acrylic.
Right, exactly. And, my thing is impressionism. So I encourage people to use a lot of paint. And whether you use a knife or a brush, it doesn't really matter. I use both. I've been using a little bit less knife lately just because I'm changing it up a little bit. But yeah, and then the last day or any day, if someone wants, like, I'll email them the picture so they can see it on their iPads and paint from it, or they can bring their own picture. And if they bring their own, I help them design it and make it a successful composition from something that they've always wanted. After the class is over, if you finish your paintings and email it to me, I can critique it. So I do it in Photoshop and show people how I would fix it if it was my painting. So
yeah, you're the first one that's offered that. That's nice.
My students on the first day that they all got an A already. So you don't have to prove anything to me. Three things you have to do is make mistakes, ask questions, and try something new. Those are the only things I require, and then you'll get an A. So
Yeah, make mistakes, make mistakes. I know you do scrape off a lot. So
yeah,
that's fine. That's how you get it right, right?
that's how you learn. That's how I learned, by making mistakes. Then the next time you go, oh, I'm not doing that because I did that last time and it didn't work. So then it's just a process of learning. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're very well known for your grids, your dynamic symmetry grids. And I know that's a whole nother complex thing. So you're, like I said earlier, we're just going to be doing the basic grid. So this class is, like I said, April 24th. Michelle's my first one of the year. The weather here can still be chilly, but this is a studio class, not plein air, right, Michele?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the studio is heated and cozy, and but bring layers, because Michele will be doing presentations, demos. Will the students be doing any? Well, I know you said we're going to bring in a live model. Is that just one day for a couple of hours?
Yeah, it's just probably the first day right after lunch for 2 hours. It's just to loosen people up and realize how you can get better at body language in just 2 hours, and then typically like this last class, the last pose, they kept it on their canvas and kind of made up a background, which was really challenging if you're not, so I have photos for reference of just like maybe putting a window behind them, because when people are backlit, it's more about just capturing their silhouette. So it's a little easier. So some people were great at making up backgrounds. Some people really struggled. So it's kind of a way to exercise your creativity from the start.
Okay, well, this was really enlightening because first of all, I didn't know about the live models, but that's not a problem because I
forgot to ask you that part, but I know that I have two neighbors that love pose, so I know that they probably will.
I have a model stand now, so I also have easels. If you're traveling, you don't want to bring an easel, you just want to bring your box of paints, you're fine to do that. I have tables, chairs, easels. Everybody will have their own table. And I just tell everybody that you're coming to our home. We have 4 horses there. You'll see them. Now, we could put some horses in your paintings. Somebody didn't want to
try.
I can't think of anything else to add, Michele. I think it's just going to be fun. I mean, who doesn't want to loosen up, learn to paint figures, have real figures to paint, maybe pick up a palette knife for the first time. Okay, well, you have a great, I haven't looked at Michelle's website. Go to her website, go to her Instagram page, and you'll see her paintings at now of the beach. And she just did one that was so cool in New Orleans. Okay, Michele, well, you have a great time. Don't get sunburned. I won't. I won't be jealous. I'm going to Arizona on Thursday, so I hope.
Well, there you go.
But I'm going to Sedona, and sometimes it snows there, but in March. So, okay, well, take care. I'll see you when you get back, and we'll go have a margarita.
Sounds good to me. Thank you, Beth.
Thanks so much for taking time out of your day.